Poor, and you get something, and this is, I find all of them tell me this, and you go out just to say I had it. You really don't need it. The newness wears off, you're stuck with it, you can't sell it, it depreciates. So I'm just saving money, and I have 3 daughters and 1 son, blueprints for 6 more children, and we want to save all I can. So all I'm doing now every month is saving at least 75% of my money for the future of my children, putting it away for 15 years. I don't want to touch it. I don't need it.
You've said that you wouldn't allow your son to become a boxer.
No.
Why not?
Because it's rough, it's dangerous. It's impossible for him to be as good as I am. And I want him to use his brains. I didn't stay in school like I should. I don't have the education. I have common sense. I make it. I don't have no education in books and writing. But I want him to go to school and be a doctor, engineer, maybe a lawyer, something, a judge, just where he can use his brains. And while he's at youth, give him a tutor, all the teachers he needs, put up all the money for all the educations, where they can rely, like for an example, if I should lose a hand, I'm finished.
Right.
But a lawyer wouldn't, or a doctor wouldn't, see, necessarily. So I want him to get his brains ready.
A lot of boxers do end up broke. Are you better advised than other boxers as far as investments are concerned?
Well, I'm lucky that I have these before me to take an example. And I have mainly Herbert Muhammad, my manager. I have wise advisors, the son of our great leader Elijah Muhammad, and most of them were just brutes, and they didn't have a brain, and they had people. They were victim of the times, using them, and they couldn't box and handle the business too. But I found out that many friends and people, they come to you wanting to borrow money. This happens every day. 90% of my mail from all countries is loan me some money, or my daughter's sick, I'm trying to go through school, or I want to come to America, or this or that. I found out that the best thing to do is to have somebody to send them to, and he'll tell them that he can't, the budget is low.
The other day I heard Harold Conrad refer to you as the wizard, that you've got a lot of wizardry in you, that you can do a lot of things, you can see into the future, that you can put a hex on people.
Well, I can take, for an example, to show you my power, some silver paper.
Cigarette paper?
Yeah, and I can wet it and fold it and hand it to me. Let me just, and you, this is gold. I don't know if this will work. You have any silver paper?
I might have some silver. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Somebody.
Tom, you haven't got any. Oh, here we are. Here we are.
I can take this right here, for example, and you tell the people the truth. If it don't work, I don't know, maybe on 1,000. I can take this here, and I can fold it up like this. And now you can give me your hand. And I can say, you just watch me and you concentrate. That paper's gonna get warm. So warm until it'll start smoking. And that paper will keep on until it gets hot. Do you feel it?
Do I feel it? Can I just see it for a second?
Somebody from the audience? Could a lady come here real fast? Any lady, come here, any lady. No.
Here's one. Here we are.
Come here, young lady.
Here we are.
Just take your hand and hold this. Quick before it cools off. Is that hot?
It's quite
Just
hot.
just
I'm not
hold it.
fooling. I'm not
Hold it.
fooling.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a wizard. Thank you. Oh, it's still hot. That's not bad.
This paper's actually red hot. It's
That's
really
not
hot.
bad. Quite truthfully, the paper is quite truthfully, it's still hot. It's still warm. Well, I don't know how it's done. But that's not bad. That's not bad. But how about to get back to things a little more serious? You were in the wilderness for 3 years because you refused to join the army. Do you have any regrets that you embraced the religion of
No.
of Muhammad?
No. Well, you know, we are, many people like when a man goes to war, he don't consider losing nothing. He's fighting for his country, what he believes. And we don't have no regrets if it's something we do from our heart and we want to do. Like, I didn't have to do it. Something I wanted to do, so I don't regret it, and I'm really thankful that I did. Got strong because of it, and many people believe in fighting for the freedom and This is just part of what I believed. So it's nothing that I regret, not at all. If I regret it, then it wasn't sincere.
But it lost you not only a great deal of money, but it could possibly have lost you your livelihood. In fact, it could have lost you your whole career. Isn't this so?
No, it wasn't.
Has it been worth it?
Well, yes. I mean, I haven't really lost nothing. I'm back in boxing bigger than ever. My salary is double. I'm invited to Peking, Red China. I'm the first one since Nixon from America. Open invitation, waiting when I want to go. I've been through all out of Arabia and Africa, met all the kings of the countries. And the peace, the world wants peace, and I represented it. And at a time when it wasn't too popular in America, and now it's common. And I'm not really, I don't pay no attention. And regardless to many people are doing what I did, and they went to jail for it, and you don't read about them. At least I was a case that the world watched. And if I had went to prison, I would have been a famous celebrity. I would have gotten fan mail. I'd have got credit for my stand. But what about the people who nobody knows and they're doing it? So I look at them as being more great, I would say, than I am.
When the Supreme Court eventually decided that you were right and you had a perfect right to do this, you showed no resentment against the men who had kept you away from boxing. You were very quiet about it.
Then I would be a hypocrite if I did, because I expected them to recognize me for what I believed. And they did what they thought was right at the time they took my title. At the time they wouldn't let me box nowhere in the country. They just did what they thought was right. And for me to now to sue them or to condemn them or to speak out against them for doing what they thought was right, then this would be hypocritical. And at the same time, I expected them, although they didn't, to recognize me for what I believe. So how can I get on them for doing what they really believe was right?
Once or twice you've spoken, it seemed to me sometimes sadly, about retirement. Do you still think of retirement?
Oh, I wanted to, but I thought about my children. I watched the baby cry another day, and my wife was late giving the baby milk, and the baby raised hell. Just hollering. Don't know where they're going to get it, but they just expect you to have it. And I looked at about 6 more coming, and I said, 10 years from now, I won't be fighting. 10 years from now, that baby will just be 10 years old. And I'll need money. He'll need school books. He'll need clothes, bus fare. And then 20 years from now, my daughter will need a house, or she'll need a job. And it'll be shame to say, Muhammad Ali's daughter, a waitress in a restaurant. He made all of those millions. Oh, there's his son over there in here. What I'm trying to say, I can earn enough money in 5 years if I invest it and put it up right to take care of my grandchildren. So I wanted to retire, but after I see these children coming, and after I see that they're going to have a hard time, maybe they won't be blessed to make it like myself, I can knock out Blue Lewis, I can go knock out Floyd Patterson, I can knock out Joe Frazier, I can come back and knock out and if you get your Irish champion, come knock him out, then I can go back over here and knock some, didn't get too much of a laugh on that, did I?
You're in Ireland. Agreed.
So what I'm trying to say, if I can save up about $2 million, which is about how many pounds? People.
It's almost £1 million.
Almost $1 million. If I can save up 1 million pounds, then I can relax and go to sleep and retire and don't have to worry about my children, because this is a hard world. Don't nobody give you nothing. You have to work for it. Right?
Right.
So I'm blessed to be able to beat up everybody. So I want to beat up everybody until I can't beat them no more. If I can go 10 more years, I'm going to keep on doing it.
Good. Most of your poems, like the one you spoke a few moments ago, are funny. But you've written one about your own people, I think at the time of the Attica prison riot. It's a serious poem. You have certainly very serious moments, as you've shown us tonight. Could you, before we go, just say that poem for us?
Oh, this poem explains the Attica prison. You heard that over here when all the black prisoners were shot, and just before they held some white hostages, and they said they would cut the throats if they didn't get what they wanted. And the word was, well, if the throats are cut, then shoot and kill everybody. They found out during the autopsy that the throats were not cut. They just shot them for nothing. The trigger-happy policeman, and that Rockefeller gave word 10 minutes or so, if they don't give up, I think it's the way it went, open fire. And one black prisoner came out to speak to the warden, and he said, you have 10 minutes to surrender. What's your reply? Are we going to come in shooting? and the black prisoner came out